hey guys. Just be like, hey guys.
Woo!
Yeah, we're getting started. Podcast time. Podcast day. How do you feel, Max?
Yeah.
Are you awake?
I am pretty awake. I didn't take a nap today.
You ate something?
What did I eat today? I ate a bunch of Velveeta macaroni and cheese. I didn't really eat healthy last couple of days. I'm eating a bunch of pasta. My body feels like dumb.
Not bad.
Feels like dummy.
Carbs. Feels dummy.
Feels heckin' dummy. My head feels dummy.
Well, that's good because I'm gonna poke at your brain today.
You poke at
with
my
all
brain.
these facts that I learned about.
Is your fingers gonna go straight through my brain? This is nothing to do. This is mush in there.
Yeah, just gonna lobotomize you and then get a Nobel Prize for that.
What did you want to talk about though? What's up?
Yeah, I wanted to talk about actually. It was like a YouTube video I watched on human behavioral biology, but I guess it's similar to like psychology too. I watched like recently. For viewers, that is basically the reason why humans behave the way they do.
Okay, yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah. And I guess we could just go right into that.
Was it a documentary? Is it some like YouTube guy?
Oh, okay. Let me introduce that because that is interesting too. It's actually not
I don't know anything
a documentary. Yeah. So, perfect question, Max. Thank you for our viewers.
I'm legit curious. I don't give a shit about them.
The video wasn't like a documentary, but then it was actually a video by Stanford. I guess they uploaded it. Like, I don't know how legitimate it is, but then it's literally just like Stanford
the university
just uploaded their video of you know how teachers record their sessions, record their like lectures. Yeah, basically it's like 25 parts, and it's I guess the entire like school year, full like
the
semesters.
The guy is like a super old wizard with like salt and pepper. Yeah, he's got a massive beard that shows his intellect.
Should have got his name. His name was like actually.
Talk about the video. I'll bring up his name.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Basically, in the beginning, I was watching episode 1, and then it is what you would expect from a video where you're watching like a lecture from its professor. It's
super unedited. It's just like one like continuous.
It is unedited, and it goes into like the points where he treats it like a class. Well, treats the class like it's his, like it's part of school education system. Like he talks about like rubrics, or not even rubrics, but you know, that type of stuff.
It's like he's teaching class right now, like straight up in the video. Okay.
But besides that, basically he talked about like how a little bit of overview of human behavioral biology, which is basically to summarize that video, is basically he first like opens your mind, gets you into like a state of thinking. Well, he tries to engage the audience a lot, because I guess that's like he uses his like behavioral biology or psychology.
He's already an expert on that, so he's like
he's already he's
true,
using
that's
it
true.
And then he gives you no time to like he gives you no time to think, but at the same time I feel like the class is pretty good. Like everyone's just like
how does this
I'm
start?
in Stanford.
What is he how does he start? Like what's the first
he starts by saying like humans categorize things in like very inefficient way or something. How it's not even like how colors, we categorize things, categorize colors from like violet to red, and how like if you categorize numbers, you like the way you organize these thoughts in your head it's all like related to each other, and then that is like not good. So
that's
you
not
first
good
have to, like open your mind. yeah because he's just saying like here, like he does tests with he engages with the audience a lot. It's like for example, he tells you guys like can you guys bring out your pencils and pens and write this down? And he's just like, I'm gonna write tell you a bunch of like phone numbers or something. And he goes on to say like 666-5432. I don't know why I said 666, that's weird. And then like 222, like 65123-444-3582, whatever. I'm just pulling these numbers out of nowhere. But then it just goes on for a long time, and then eventually class realized that he's not really saying a phone number. It just goes on forever. And he's just saying like, don't be so rigid in your way of thinking. So it kind of loose. It's like breaks the ice.
What an asshole! He's like, write this down. You like list down like 100 numbers.
Exactly.
Okay,
yeah, he's doing some like wizardry, like some kind of behavioral psychology thing.
You know that
so
that classifying thing that you said was super bad. Yeah, I remember. I do that, or I used to do that all the time with like people, right? And I would always like.
Okay. What do you mean?
Meaning, like, if this person was like sort of similar, like another person, I call them. They're like, oh, those are like the Johns. Those are the Johns of the world.
Oh, that's really funny. That's like, I mean, he talked about this later. Like, he's like, in 1900s, psychologists they tried to like grab the stereotype for the most criminal-looking face. Basically, it just made a composite of all the faces of people in jail. And
you talk
like,
about
this is the most, this is the most like
thing,
criminal
right?
face.
Yeah, I think they believe like if you like look bad, then like you're more capable of doing it. So it was so bad. It was like Victorian era thinking. They didn't shower, so they're stupid.
Racist and stuff. It's like, this is basically a burglar or any person that's capable of doing like evil has like certain features on their face that could be representative of that. Like, you could tell if someone's evil or not, basically, just by looking at them. I guess that's like basically what you're saying, right?
Yeah, it's like, it was like a real thing. I'm trying to find the name of it. I remember writing a paper about this stupid thing. But yeah, go on. What else? So he like talks about classifying people as bad, right? And like he's just like giving us like
he's just saying, he's just saying, open your brain to what I'm about to talk about. And then the thing is, it's a class, so he can't like, he's not gonna like go right into it, like right into like the freaking physics and like the hard stuff right in the beginning, right? He's just basically giving an overview of the class. And then that's when I was like, oh man, this is just the freaking episode. Like, this is the first class. He's like,
his lecture is like
going to anything interesting.
As long as like a short movie. So yeah, he has like
it's
a whole
so
intro
long,
to it. It's so long.
And then during the end of it, he's just like, okay, so next week, remember to buy like, I'm gonna have like some readings available online, and next week we're gonna go into like the history of. We're gonna start from the beginning. Go from molecular biology, and then talk about like, basically he's trying to say like, there's a reason why we are the way we are, like present day humans, and then we have to first see the building blocks that led us to this moment. So first we're gonna start from like the bottom, and then
so it's like an intro level class, huh?
I'm not sure actually, because I think he talks about a lot of stuff. Like, talks about everything. Like, he later on goes on to... Like because I personally watched a couple videos of his. Yeah, and then he talks about, like a lot of stuff. Like, he goes straight into, like, the human psychology stuff. And, like, Huntington's disease and... Basically just
like
all this, like, Black Mirror type of stuff.
His name is Robert Sapolsky, by the way.
So yeah, Sapolsky. And he apparently wrote a book. So he's like legit professor.
Yeah, neurobiology, physiology, biological anthropology. That's a cool
basically
one.
Everything that's it's okay. It's basically everything that kind of relates.
He knows like the history too. Then cool.
Yeah, it's everything that relates to like biology and what the way we are or how we are. Like
Has he
free
ever
will
talked-
and all that.
Has you ever
Not
talked about
really
like
free
people
will.
like monkeys eating mushrooms and then like getting enlightened and then floating around?
Yeah, he talks about animals all the time because he does like the field work with animals. He actually does
Yo.
the like he makes those research papers.
This guy's
I
a
think.
real life JoJo character. All right,
He is.
so he like goes into that intro, right, and he talks about classifying
Mhm.
people.
He uses basically he uses like animals a lot as an
What's-
example. It's just like we're not humans are not so different from animals, and then if we
Is-
use
so he, oh yeah. So like,
yeah we're
guess
not
it's-
like humans are not like so like godlike or special that we're separated from the animal kingdom type
oh,
of thing.
yeah,
So we have to
true.
use this
So
type
true.
of view when we're learning about biology, human behavioral biology.
Right, because we're not like some immortal like energy being who has no ties to the earth. I'm still like dictated about like how hungry we are and our gut
Yeah,
biome.
he even like asked the class like, "Do you guys believe in evolution?" I want to see what we're dealing with.
These people in Stanford, do you believe in evolution?
Exactly right. No, but that's the thing. Like, he's got a class that's like, it's made up of Stanford students. They're like 20 years old or 22 or whatever the age you are when you go to college, and then but they just go to Stanford. So they just probably are rich and stuff. I don't know.
Yes. Oh shoot, I got distracted. Yeah, I just had to open the window for a sec.
Oh yeah.
Is he? It says he. Oh, I'm on the second video. I need to go back to the first video.
Nah, it's okay.
Human
I guess
behavioral
basically
biology.
I think he talks about like ethology in one of his videos, and basically
Oh, there we go.
what ethology. Or what are you watching
Uh,
next?
I'm trying to see what he talked about. It says multi-level approach. Do you remember him talking about stuff like that?
Yeah. That's the multi-level approach. That's like the non-singular categorical way of thinking. It's like you have to approach this problem from many different points of views. Like
but
from
he's like basically telling
not
you
just
not
the
be stupid.
psychologist.
It's like telling people not be.
Basically
It's like
telling-
telling you not be stupid.
Oh yeah. He's telling you don't be stupid. Don't be like. Don't be ignorant.
You'd be surprised at how many classes are actually like this. To not be, they just tell you not to be stupid. It's so funny.
Really? I must have missed that.
A lot of
Like, I was
intro
actually
level
stupid
classes, dude, they teach you like these like simple like topics where like, oh, consider all the factors before you make a decision. I'm like, yeah, no shit. We learn that shit. Not even. You know,
That is
from, like,
so
middle
funny
school.
though. Yeah, so for our viewers, like I bet this will apply to them. I mean, not just that one viewer, but then this will apply to like any viewers that are like in college and stuff. Colleges will basically tell you. I mean, it's the lowest denominator. They teach the lowest denominator. Like, just think about the dumbest person in your class, and then that's what the class is catered for. That's why they use like multiple tests, multiple
Oh, yeah.
answers. Yeah.
Yeah,
You were saying, Max?
This guy is on next. I keep looking at this guy's beard, dude.
Yeah, no, his beard is
It's
crazy.
actually
Like
amazing, yeah.
I don't even know like what type of person he is. He seems like a cool guy. I would love to like just like learn more about him. Like I wish he was more into the YouTube thing cuz he got a ton of videos on that. Ton of
Yeah.
views on that video.
Yeah, this video has like 14 million views,
14 million.
which is like definitely tells.
Yeah, cuz it's
people-
interesting.
Well, he's like definitely qualified, right? And yeah, this is like
Yeah, he's qualified and he's like
something that everyone.
the
can
thing is
learn
I
from.
personally am interested in that subject that he teaches. Like I like Healthy Gamer. Healthy Gamer's a YouTuber that I think he talks about like psychology, like human psychology. And he's like yeah, he tries to help
He's like a gamer too.
people. Yeah. He used to play games, but He's a doctor that works at like
Oh.
Harvard.
Is he that guy
But
that
then
like
now he's
goes on
also-
Twitch with people and then like
Yes,
he's
yes.
like he's like their therapist for a day or something?
Yep, he's the therapist guy. That
Yeah.
well, not really real therapy, but he basically teaches a lot about like human psychology and stuff. And basically, we need more of those guys on the platform. We need more people that actually know what they're talking about on the platform,
We're
and
good
not
about head
people
stuff.
like us.
Oh yeah, I've got an emotional intelligence of a peanut. For sure.
Emotional intelligence. Oh, let me talk about that a little bit. Like, did you know that our that part of our brain, which is like the amygdala, for example, the amygdala. Do you know what the amygdala?
Besides
Does,
from
Max?
Bloodborne,
Besides what?
besides the one in Bloodborne that sends you to the.
Oh
the
yeah,
room.
yeah. Besides the one in
No.
Bloodborne.
No, what does it do?
The amygdala is like in like kind of the back of your brain, or like the center-ish, and then it is in charge of like your fear. Like it is in charge of like your fear and your aggression.
Oh.
So it's pretty important. It's the integrative center for emotions, emotional behavior, and motivation. But it is, yeah, in charge of basically your fear. So basically, that is like the part that makes so you're scared and stuff.
Interesting.
Which
heard,
is, I
like-
guess, relates to Bloodborne.
Have you? This might sound super dumb, but I've heard like the more, like I've heard those sections of your brain could get like smaller or bigger depending on how much you use them.
Oh, in a way, I mean, what does relate is that the amygdala. So, the part that's in charge of your fear, it's already really small. So if you look at it on Google, the amygdala is
Mhm.
really small. But then, basically, what's interesting is you would think that the smaller it becomes, the less fearful you become, right? Because it's in charge of your fear, right? So if you don't have it, you
Big
don't
mean
have a fear,
good.
right?
Sure, yeah.
But then, the smaller it gets, you actually become more fearful. Like you become more scaredy cat.
Oh.
So
Oh, it
that's
is
what's
small.
interesting.
Yeah, it's like a.
And
it's
then
like
the more
size of a
mature
pea.
it is, yeah, it is size of like peanut. But then the more bigger it is, the more mature it is, the more like less scared you become. More less scared.
So it's like a muscle. You can like train it and it gets
The
all
more
buff.
courageous you become.
It's huge.
Yeah, I
you
don't
get
know.
it.
Steve's is probably like huge.
Steve's whole brain is that amygdala.
That amygdala. Yeah, and then for us it's like small because it gets scared so easily.
You gotta zoom in on it.
It's like
Yeah.
so tiny. It's like, oh. But then it's weird because it's also in charge of your aggression too. So I don't know. Maybe like anger management is related to that.
Yeah, maybe if if it's like more curvy or something.
Oh yeah, maybe. I don't know, but it kind of makes sense, right? Like people that are fearful are more aggressive sometimes. Like maybe
it makes
they're,
sense that like
racist people.
the physical thing like changes according to how you think and act, and they nurture your brain.
Yeah,
I can-
brain is
yeah.
a sponge.
Yeah, you can like work that out. You know, like do you ever feel
Yeah, so that is. Mm-hmm.
so? You ever get like periods of your life where you're super active and you're doing stuff like constantly and your brain's working like crazy and you feel like you can have conversations like crazy?
No, you mean when you're in the zone?
Not necessarily when you're in the zone, but when you're, I guess yeah, I guess yeah, like
Mhm.
a
Yeah, so not now. Like not now.
yeah. Well, basically
What
when I was
were
in
you
my
saying?
when I was like taking finals, yeah. So like it was like easier to like think. I wouldn't have like mind fog. You know, the more I use my brain for
Oh.
like harder stuff, it was definitely like easier to learn. I feel when my brain was at that what it was like revving at that higher speed.
Oh
But
wow.
right now,
So is that
since
a
I'm
higher
just
capacity?
yeah, since I'm just waiting to go back in autumn, I'm
It's
just
been like kind of
yeah.
you've
It's
been
been
lacking
like
in the brain muscle.
Dude, it's been I need an X-ray. And it's gonna be so small. They're gonna wonder
It'd
how I
probably be
haven't
smoother.
survived. they'll zoom in to see like Premiere Pro, like the icon just lodged in my brain. You're like confused.
Why would you say Premiere Pro, Max? Why would you say Premiere Pro?
Oh yeah.
Is there anything relating to Premiere Pro?
Plug my video now.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I've. Okay, we need to go back to your psychology thing though, because you still need to talk
we'll do
about Robert
Uh-huh.
Sapolsky's lecture, but I played the Deepest Sword.
The Deepest
last
Sword.
week or something. It's like it's a game jam.
Yeah,
game.
what is the Deepest Sword? It's a game jam.
Yeah, so these games are
Indie game.
Yeah, so it's when like developers go to this like sort of convention, overnight convention, where you can work on a game with like either your friends or a randomly assigned group, and you have a time period, and whether you finish your game or not, you enter it in, and if it wins, then you get some recognition. You get maybe picked up by a publisher. Just good things, you know. You get some prize money too.
Yeah.
But yeah, Deepest
It's
Sword
basically
was one of
fun
those games.
stuff.
Yeah, a whole bunch of good games came out of game jams, like Portal. That was a good one. Anyway, Deepest Sword is kind of like getting over it, which is sort of like Jump King, where you have
Very difficult game, huh?
The main thing is obtuse controls, and like you're kind of platforming to get to an objective, right? So with Deepest Sword, you're trying to save your cat from this big dragon, but your sword is super small in the beginning, and
I actually heard about this game.
Yeah, so there's like a whole.
Actually watched the playthrough.
You watched the playthrough, right? Yeah. So
I did.
Your sword isn't big enough, and the dragon just kills you. And every time you come back, your sword gets a little bit longer until your sword is big enough to actually hurt the dragon.
Yeah, it's very weird. It's like
actually super short. It's there's a little bit of sexual undertones, yeah, because like she like she like sword shames you.
Female.
Yeah, she like
shames you.
She asks you if it's even in because your sword's so tiny. She doesn't feel it, and she like gives you this little smirk.
Holy. That is
very short game. Like
that
20.
is the proper demographic. Yeah.
Takes like 26,
catering
30
towards
minutes.
the right demographic.
Heck yeah, dude! Dragon's hot. It reminded me a lot of the
Dragon's hot
from Shrek. Remember that?
Yeah, it
female
does,
dragon with the lipstick. And I made a video, like a quick 2-minute video.
Ooh, you made a video.
It's not the Minecraft video I was supposed to make, but it is Deepest Sword. And I really wanted to go in on the editing and see what I can make. Like I messed around with a bunch of
What's your
green
channel's
screen.
name?
My channel?
Yeah.
DingaBinga. DingaBinga on YouTube.
DingaBinga. What happened to Super Max?
It was Max Super actually, and I don't know. I think. Oh yeah, I saw another channel already named that, so I had to change it. Yeah, that was the main reason.
Oh,
that was actually the main
I
reason.
see. That's smart of you. I like the name DingaBinga.
Yeah, it's just I use it in a lot of games. I just didn't want to like get associated with it. But yeah, definitely check out the video. It's a little.
Check out the video.
And heavy.
It's a 2-minute video.
And I forgot.
So anyone could watch it.
Yeah. Let's go back to Robert Sapolsky and his human behavioral biology seminar.
Yeah, sure.
So you watched this whole thing. You watched this whole.
I watched a bit of it. Like I didn't watch everything because I just like watched it like yesterday at night. So and all his videos are so long. It's like an hour, hour 30 minutes to like
nothing to go against.
Probably up to like 2 hours, yeah.
I
only managed to watch like 3 videos.
You gotta wonder what his analytics looks like. Like it's an hour. It's 57 minutes.
Yeah,
right. See how many people.
I'm curious about like who watches this, and I like look at the comments, and then it just looks like regular YouTube comments.
Yeah,
I'm like,
I feel like anyone can watch this, like for sure, like kids, adults. It's so interesting that. Yeah.
It is interesting. They talk about like the most.
It would be a little bit more interesting.
Let me look at the comments. See, look at. I look at the comments, and then people are just like, "This guy's a ridiculously good lecturer." 700 upvotes. I love that the professor keeps reminding his young students about kindness. 170 at 5 upvotes.
Aww.
Stuff like that. It's like what is this?
It's like
I thought you guys are gonna go way into it, like super like Reddit. I guess that's just like what YouTube like upvotes, like the algorithm. It's like these simple comments get high upvotes. Well,
yeah, I'm not sure.
yeah,
It's
they like don't even say anything.
nice.
These comments, they're just saying like this is a good video, basically. It's like what the heck? Come on, I want to know what you guys thought about the video.
Yeah. I mean, this video was also made in 2011. It's not exactly like he's gonna be out here replying to everybody, I bet. So
Yeah, but I meant like the comments like in this specific video. I'm actually watching or I'm looking at the video of number 17. Video 17.
Video 17.
Yeah, which is about human sexual behavior.
Oh my
number
God.
3 and aggression number 1.
See, we're lucky we're not getting tested on this because we don't.
Yeah, no. He started like kind of going into the like the educational aspect of it, human education.
Oh,
like,
procrastination.
remember to like
cheating.
No, just like testing, and we're gonna have a test. And
Oh, literally. Oh, we're just gonna have
midterms and yeah, and he
Oh,
just
I
like talks
see.
about it in that video, and I was getting
That's
like
in the video
flashbacks. I'm
too?
like,
Like-
oh my god. Yeah.
Yeah.
It like has all that towards the end.
No, I get triggered. Yeah, when I hear that too.
I get triggered. I can't even think. I'm like,
Remember
Wait,
to study hard.
I'm
for
thinking
your
about stuff. I'm
test
like
tomorrow.
thinking about
It's gonna be 25% of your
human
grade.
behavior psychology, and the thing is, okay, what I don't like about the education system is, and then what I like kind of didn't really care about, like, okay, I was
Whoa,
listening
hot
to his
take incoming.
lecture.
Hot take. Whoa.
No, not even hot take. This is what everyone agrees with, I feel like. So, while I was listening to the lecture, he brings up these interesting ideas, like, for example, like monkeys or chimpanzees, or like the Wesley effect, how menstrual cycles synchronize, type of stuff like that, right? Or like just interesting ideas, like how
What?
like secondary sexual traits in animals, and basically just these topics, right, that he talks about. But and then he says like the father of this like field of thought, this school of thought, and the person who like won the Nobel Prize or like who talks about this stuff is like B.F. Skinner, or like Conrad, the Nazi geneticist, stuff like that, right? And some of the names of these guys, and there's like 3 people who were a part of this like field or the school, and then basically you just have to memorize all these names. Like you don't even have to well, you have to memorize everything, right? You have to like learn who these
Yeah,
guys
it's
were,
important.
and what they
For sure. Yeah.
specifically said. Like and then probably it'll show on the multiple choice questions will be like, who is the one that said like ethology is about the observation of like, or ethology, observational learning. Or
Anything in like high school.
they'll
you
say
had,
that stuff, and they'll be like, okay,
Yeah.
I've just select one of the European scientists.
There's a bunch of memorizing in high school for sure. I remember all my friends.
Yeah,
had-
and I don't like that.
yeah, they had to memorize like, every president, and our class didn't have to, and it felt so good not having to recite it, because like you had to do one-on-one.
I had to do that, yeah.
The one-on-one
to do
thing.
that.
Yeah, you're in there. By
I did
yourself.
that, yeah, and I actually passed it.
How dumb was that? That's so fucking stupid. How you had to like memorize it and then like relay your
It's
information. to her.
crazy. I didn't even know you could do that. It's like, oh
And
my
like the
God.
next year, smartphones came out. I think so. It's like it's so stupid.
Yeah, you don't have to memorize anything nowadays. You just look it up.
Yeah, it was a bunch of busy
Like you
work
have
for
to
sure.
know a little bit about it, but you don't need to know like. Basically, I'm trying to say that you get the idea. Like you need to know what they taught, and then how it affected humanity. But you don't really need to know their names, like specifically the guy, and then you don't even need to know about like. Well, you can always just look it up on Google if you want to know about the history of the guy who invented.
The guy
like
is
the
definitely
wheel or
important, but yeah,
something.
the tests. Yeah,
Yeah, it's more about what they did, or how they affected like what we're talking about, human behavioral psychology. Like what part of, like, it's just this guy. It'd be so much easier if it was just like this guy. There's this guy that invented this.
No complaining.
Like idea.
You're done. You're out of school now.
Forever.
You're out of school. It's the nightmare's over.
I'm out of school. I got an F. Just because I don't know the names. B.S. Skinner.
Bro, that's like public education. It's not like that shit is gonna be any useful to anybody, right? I don't think anybody learned anything from public education.
Yeah, but apparently these guys all got Nobel Prizes. So you could just like look up who got Nobel Peace Prizes.
What are you talking about? Are you talking about the people that you were supposed to memorize?
Yeah, the psychologists.
Yeah.
Like the people who basically created like the 1900s like psychology, American psychology. Like basically where you like, you know, in those like science fiction movies where you just see like a therapist like being all scientific with their patient.
Yeah.
Doing random stuff, lobotomizing them.
I'm definitely more into like the bell end of the curve with the serial killers going all crazy.
Oh yeah. I mean, because before that, if you think about it, before that there was no like researchers, so they would just be like, oh, so that would be a part of religion territory. They'd just be like, oh, you're possessed.
Yeah, or like
so before the psychology.
Yeah.
Like if you had like a epilepsy or something, like seizure,
so hard,
they would just be like, oh, you're possessed.
Bro, it's like a brain, like your body, and they like both like tell you what to do, and your body is just like a bunch of cells. So freaking trippy, man.
Yeah. Basically, I guess he doesn't go that far into like whether we have free will or not, but that he definitely goes into like how our hormones affect our being.
Yeah. Does he talk about gut biome at all? Or is that too 2011? Because
that might be a little specific, but then a gut biome is basically you just want like a different like all these different different things in your gut biome, right? Like yogurt and stuff. To make it healthy.
Not only.
Yeah, go ahead, Max.
Well, it's just a short thing, but your gut biome can dictate your cravings. Like if you're eating a shit ton of bread and carbs, over time you're gonna get a bunch of gut bacteria that are like specialized. They're really good at eating that bread, and I don't know how they do this, but they actually.
So you get the enzymes.
That your gut biome won't influence you to like go get even more bread, right? So you'll just keep on getting bread, and it's just interesting how something like that can influence.
And you're just using bread as just an example.
It's also why like if you like are on a diet for a long time and then you like suddenly switch, you're gonna get like the shits because your body isn't gonna be able to digest as well.
Oh wow!
Body has to like.
I must have the gut biome to eat like marshmallows and stuff.
Dude, you're eating like pickled stuff, like kimchi over there. You're solid, dude. Your gut biome is.
Yo, I love pickles.
Healthy. Yeah, they do like fecal transplants, you know.
Yeah.
To like help with like Down syndrome, bro. It's crazy.
You know, I actually had a teacher that. Well, not a teacher, but I went to like a lecture about like gut biomes. It was so random and specific.
Dude, it's so interesting.
And then she was talking about how you want to like eat like blood biotics and just like yogurt, and then talked about like, even the fecal transplants and stuff. And then I asked her a question. I was like, "Listen here."
You asked her a question? Okay.
I asked her a question, and this is the question. This is, can you?
Drool
so if
out
there's
of your
a
mouth?
fecal transplant, it's not. If there's like fecal transplant to like transfer like gut biome, don't you like get some? I'm pretty sure you could get some gut biomes by having like human contact, like mouth to mouth, like by kissing. Wouldn't like your significant other, by kissing your significant other or kissing lots of people, you would be transferring gut biome that way? Because there was no like research done on that, and then the person was like, "That's an interesting question. I wonder if that."
She just kind of dodged it.
No, she.
It kind of sounds like you're alluding to eating.
That is interesting. I'm saying like it's the same thing as eating. It's like kissing, and then maybe that's the reason why people like do like French kisses and stuff.
You get like a similar gut biome together or something.
Yeah, to get the healthier gut biome because you want
Dude.
diversity.
Probably. There's probably
Am
some
I right or
mixing.
am I right?
Well, they're sharing a bathroom. That's already fecal matter everywhere that they're absorbing, bro.
No, but like literally putting your like tongue inside their mouth is like definitely getting some like gut biome.
I thought the gut biome was like in your gut though, not in your mouth. It's like in your like intestines and stuff. You're not just chilling in your
There's definitely
mouth.
some enzymes in your mouth probably.
Yeah, I'm not an
Or you
expert.
could like you're not an expert. Either way, I don't know if there's research on that yet. So like, a bunch of people kissing and then see if there's traces of that gut biome inside there.
That'd be gross as fuck.
people.
That's like the stuff
Yeah,
that
it's just like,
turns,
can you
turns
kiss?
stuff into poop, dude.
Hey, it's like less. No, it's not as bad as fecal matter. Like transplanting fecal matter. That's like
I think they use it like
weird.
they like
It's
use
like
like
eating poop.
I think they use like a capsule or something. They like put the poop in the capsule. It's like it's like
You
a
eat it?
suppository. No, it's like a
Oh,
suppository.
Oh, okay. Yo.
Right?
Well, either
Oh my
way, I'm
God.
just trying to say that you could transfer gut biomes by oral like connection.
This is gross as fuck. She's probably thinking like this guy is nasty.
Nah. She probably thought I was like, dang, this person has a open mind, like
Like-
looking at this from different points of views.
Write that guy's
Definitely
name down.
Definitely not like categorical thinking.
Oh yeah, that's me. I'm doing some categorical thinking right now.
No, it's
All,
related.
all ass eaters are nasty.
But ethology. Yeah, I was talking about how the 1900s American psychology is dictated by like control and scientific views rather than just like fear mongering. Actually, it was probably a bit
There's
of
probably
fear
both.
mongering too.
I think there's a lot of fear mongering.
But in the meantime, while Americans were like doing the American psychology, there was like European psychology, which was doing something totally different.
Oh snap!
Yeah, and then can you guess what European psychology was doing?
So,
Well,
no,
America
I
was
just
doing their like lobotomizing and stuff.
What were they doing?
They were doing ethology. So if you look up ethology, it'll be everything that they're doing, which is basically observational learning. It's basically what you would do
The
to
science
like
of
learn
animal
about
behavior.
nature.
Oh, it's like nature.
It's basically yeah, it's nature. It's like studying
Animal
butterflies.
stuff.
They were like studying the nature and just the result of the world. Like,
What?
oh, look at all these butterflies and why are they all these different colors? How did they become this way? And basically learning things,
with
animals from their own environment.
gotcha. But emphasis on their natural environments.
Yeah, in their natural environment. So
I
Americans, they try to observe like rats or mice and monkeys inside like a cage. And then obviously they're going to be affected
you like
by,
shock them. Like
they're not going to act like, natural instincts. So basically it would just be like, you put a monkey or a mouse inside like a box, like a glass box or something.
Mhm.
They're going to look down and then they're going to be like, wait, I'm flying in the air.
You're
And
gonna
then
be
become
tripping
really scared,
out,
right?
hitting the wall
Yeah.
like crazy. Yeah.
Exactly. So that's definitely not natural space. That's not the natural. You can't observe them naturally in their natural habitat.
Yeah, I mean that
And-
makes sense.
Basically, they learned about different things. I feel like they actually learned more than American counterparts. I feel like they learned like, what did they learn? They just
Brent, what did they
observed
learn?
animals. They just observed animals, and they learned like they're the ones that figured out like monkeys do certain stuff, and
Like what? What do monkeys do?
they learned about secondary traits. What do monkeys do? Well, I don't know specifically about the monkeys because I wasn't really interested in the monkeys.
That's what I'm interested on, dude. What did the
Oh my
monkeys do?
God.
What did they learn about the monkeys?
Okay. They learned that monkeys, if you take like a monkey, like a baby monkey that had no like that was
yeah.
born in like a facility or something, even
Uh-huh.
though this has I don't know if this has anything to do with ethology
This is actually
because it's
interesting.
like
No, this
not
is.
born in the natural environment.
So interesting.
But then you if you take that baby monkey and then you show it a videotape, like show it like YouTube or something of like a dominant male like monkey, like a, I don't know, gorilla or something. I don't know if they're the same species, but basically when the gorilla makes like a face, like a dominant face, like really angry, then the baby monkey will like show subordinate behavior. It'll be like submissive behavior, without even being taught that, and it won't do that. So they're like, these are like basically imprinted in the DNA, like these things that I don't know what he called it, but basically just these protocols that animals are doing that they're supposed to do. Or like how squirrels, you know, if they never like seen a nut before in their life,
they'll eat that nut like crazy.
They'll open the nut. They'll learn how
shit out of that nut.
They'll use their DNA to just do that.
Yeah, this is. Have you heard about like twins growing up completely separate from each other and growing up with similar traits and behaviors?
Oh yeah, identical twins.
Like it'll be like twins that'll like marry like the same type of girl. You know?
Oh yeah, no,
there's and then their wives are like
of...
their like wives are like the complete same person. Yeah, and they have like.
Wow, that's so. No, that's like the deeper levels of it. Like when. I don't know. America did a lot of research on twins, and there's a lot of like interesting research done on twins. I think they did a research on twins where they were like purposely separated the twins, and then they like observed their life.
Yeah,
and I think the research papers are just coming out.
Yeah, they both have a lot of impact, but your genetics are like, they definitely do matter for sure. Even not just for like physical stuff, but for like emotional stuff too. Yeah,
I don't know if it relates, but I remember this guy, Robert
Big
Sapolsky,
Beard, Super Beard,
talked about how like even you could learn more about like homopathic? No, not homopathic, just like homos. Like gay
homos.
People. And then what, I don't know, they did, I don't know what the
I don't
word
know if
is.
you could say that.
Okay, non-cis
yeah, sure.
Gender. I don't know. But then he was talking about how there's research done on those guys. on like, how do I say this?
Careful.
And basically they learn that people that identify themselves as like gay or also have like their sisters, like the female parts of their family, or have a higher chance of reproducing. Like they're even more feminine.
Oh, that's interesting.
And then I don't know how true this is because I didn't see the research papers, but he was talking about that.
He was just talking about
the females of like the sisters of a gay person. It's like more
you can
hot.
say gay. You can definitely say gay.
I don't know what they said. Did he say gay?
Like, you say gay?
I can't
what else are you gonna say?
Yeah, this was 11 years ago. Okay, so I'm using his words.
You didn't just
and
like drop like the F
like
word, right? You just go like ding. Their sisters are hotter. You gotta go for the gay guy's sister.
Yeah, basically something like that. And then I was like, oh,
that's super interesting.
That's a specific research that someone wanted to do. It is interesting, right?
Yeah, not to like find a reason why like people are gay, which is like but we're not trying to categorize it. We're just trying to learn like, someone wanted to figure out a specific like trait, and then I guess they found it. Like, we don't know how true these research papers are. Yeah, well,
these tests.
Psychology,
like, how do you even test that?
You can't, dude. It's like so subjective. There's no like
but they basically
like,
they test from like and by like more hot, they test from like a like scientific perspective, which would be like how much the girl like reproduces or something, like has a higher chance of reproducing.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, because that's what evolution cares about, whether your genes.
You'd be
um,
super ugly and have a billion kids, though.
exactly right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, I can see it though.
You'd be super ugly.
You'd be so ugly, dude. Dude,
Yeah.
you ever see like, yeah, you ever watch Cops? And, like,
Have I ever seen much? Yeah.
you
Cops?
see like the ugliest people have like, yeah, like 4 or 5 kids. Like, damn, dude, you need girl, you need to stop. You're so ugly.
Down in Alabama.
Down in anywhere, down in
North
Tacoma,
Dakota.
might as well.
Down under. Yeah, I seen that.
Yeah,
like,
would that
just,
how messed up would that be? Like,
they-
if you had to like go to an office and like some guy like has to judge you, he's like, you can't have kids because you're too ugly.
that would be
He just,
interesting.
he just has a
Like,
piece of paper.
I mean,
next
that's
to him.
basically what they were doing in like Germany, right? With the genesis. He was just trying to say like we're trying to create a better race of people, like the more perfect
The
race. Just destroy. Yeah. Not gonna go too
I don't
much
think-
into that.
I don't-
Just look into the research. I like all the different diverse genes that make up a human. And then that's what we're trying to figure out. Or that's what he's trying to figure out. He's just saying we
Yeah.
need to figure out more about humans and
Okay, that'd be nice.
like and then how it will actually facilitate even more curiosity.
Yeah,
Because
I'm just-
once you figure out one thing out, you're gonna have more questions about it.
Yeah, he's like, we don't got like machines to like have. So we don't have those machines for you. Okay, here's what I'm waiting for. All right, backing up. I'm hope I can get to the day where I can just view my brain like I can with like files on a computer. Like I can just browse through like memories and like my deepest darkest secrets and just delete all that to get all the bad stuff. Just delete all that stuff.
Oh, you mean just like go into your brain like it's
Organize
it's black
everything.
space?
I could like defragment everything. Yes.
yeah. Basically, you want to know
I wanna
like
know
what
what's in there.
makes you. Yeah, you want to know so you have excuse when you do something dumb. You're like, oh, that's not me.
Like, oh yeah,
That's
you were
my,
just hungry, so you're mad. I got it. It would be really
Yeah,
cool if it like had all my stats too. Like it just logged everything I did. And I look in there like, how many times did you use the word whoa? Like you used word whoa like 1,000 more times than any other word. I'm like, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, have you ever heard that like in like the afterlife or something? Sometimes people are like, oh, what if after you die you could see like your scoreboard.
Dude,
you
I
can see like all the
wish.
information about
I used to think about that as a kid.
like,
Like
how many people.
how many people like me? How many people like me? How many people jerked one off to me?
Probably zero.
Big zero. Oh, yeah.
It's so messed up. Like after you die, you just die again.
I see like 1 million for no reason. It's one guy. Yeah, that'd be weird as well.
Those questions are way too like vague though. It's like, what is a person? What are you?
Yeah, they gotta make their new YouTube video.
Yeah. Yeah. He definitely used a word that I started using, which is introspective.
Introspective. That's a lot of syllables.
Yes, we have to have an introspective view on ourselves. Like we have to introspect into our brain and the way we
yeah.
think.
Or just avoid.
Because I was
everything.
using metacognition, and that makes no sense. I was like, oh, introspective is what I'm looking for. Freaking metacognition.
Metacognition.
No, it makes sense too, metacognition, but introspective is more like
Yeah,
normal.
It's just a normal word compared to meta.
Yeah, he definitely talked about like that, like how Tourette's, and for example, Tourette's is very interesting.
Dude, Tourette's is so
You know about Tourette's?
weird. Yeah, you have like involuntary bursts where like your brain just says stuff for you from like deep within.
Yeah, it's
and it's-
very.
Yeah,
I don't know. I guess it's really complicated, but then he talked about it a little bit, and then what I got from the lecture was that Tourette's is basically, it has to do with your brain, and basically people that are doing Tourette's are like they
They're
make
doing
these
Tourette's.
outbursts.
Yeah.
They like outbursts, or they do actions that are very involuntary. So he outlined it by saying, like, first of all, humans in general, like everyone like thinks about things. Like everyone thinks about things that they wouldn't actually say. It's like messed up. But then they stop themselves from saying it. It's like you think about, like, I don't know, some kind of hot take or something that's not good. And then your brain, the
you
part
can
of your
normally
brain, like,
stop yourself from
is
saying
like,
or
wait,
doing it. Yeah.
that you shouldn't say this or you shouldn't do this.
I shouldn't slam this baby into the ground. Like, yeah, don't
Yeah,
slam the baby into the
but
ground.
Then, well, not yeah. Basically, something like that. And then people with Tourette's don't have that part, or something is like wrong where the part of the brain that stops them doesn't stop them.
Yeah, bro. You ever see that clip of like Sweet Anita and like 3 other people with Tourette's, and like one
Yeah.
guy had like an episode, and then everybody starts like getting triggered and starts having their episodes.
Yeah,
by
it
themselves.
triggers their episodes. Yeah,
Yeah.
their tics.
I didn't know that you could like develop a trigger. Like someone could say like something to you over and over again, and then like you can like develop a tick where you say that thing just because you heard it so many times. And like you can train someone to get like a certain tick. It's so weird.
Oh yeah, you mean a normal person or a person with Tourette's?
This is no a person with Tourette's.
Oh, okay. Train a
Yeah,
normal
no,
person.
not
to
like a
get
normal
Tourette's.
person. That's some South Park stuff. That's that episode
Yeah,
of South
that's so
Park.
funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is interesting. Like, because it's basically your subconscious, right? Because it's not like they're actually want to think about these things. It's like their subconscious brings it up.
Your
And then-
brain does stuff without you even telling it to do it. It just thinks about stuff
Yeah,
constantly.
exactly.
Yeah, you can't tell your brain to not stop. It's impossible to stop thinking. So yeah.
And that's what he was basically saying. Like, he was saying how these people with Tourette's, well, sometimes it's like has to do with, for example, one cause of Tourette's is like your immune system. The people with immune. So basically, let me address
really?
this by saying, like,
Yep.
there's always a plus to these diseases. There's always
Really?
like pros and cons.
Really?
And then the pros for Tourette's, apparently the reason why it like became like this way, and I'm not sure if has to do with Tourette's or just the
Mutant gene.
other thing the weird thing that relates to Tourette's. But people, I'll just say people with Tourette's, and then you could just like look this up. But have like higher immune like antibody count.
Really?
Yeah. And basically it has more like of those cells that fight and will fight in your bloodstream. And
Okay,
then
so when you get, like-
eventually it gets into your brain, and then it starts like destroying like the connections in your brain.
No.
Yeah, and then that gives you like Tourette's like behavior.
So it's like a secondary effect of like having a higher like
Yeah.
yeah. That's so weird. So
Yeah,
it's,
and then that's why you need like a immunodepressant in order to fight against
no way. They have
Tourette's
to take that
sometimes.
all the time or something.
Yeah. It's like, oh shoot, I need to lower my immune white cell body count. I'm not sure what those things are called.
Dude, I wonder if they have a higher chance of getting cancer then because of that.
I'm not sure. But then that's why there's people that don't have Tourette's, and then only when they get sick they get Tourette's. It's
That
like
shouldn't
their
be
body.
funny, but it's super funny because you don't really get that would be the ideal. I feel if you have Tourette's.
That'd be
first place.
ideal?
Yeah, because
Oh.
you don't. If you only get Tourette's when you get sick, that's like not at all. That basically.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but they also say like people that specific thing also get sick easier,
Bro, that's weird though.
which I don't get. Yeah, I don't get that one.
Some like X-Men stuff, man.
Yeah, so basically there's a reason for all these diseases. And then all these like weird episodes. Like we can identify it. And Another disease that relates to like has pros and cons is Huntington's disease.
Oh, was that the old man one?
Old man one. What do you mean? Look up.
I mean, I looked up
Huntington's
Huntington's disease and I see an old lady. So I think of.
Oh, okay. It basically says it can develop at any time. These symptoms can develop. It's basically once you have it, you're dead. It's like one of those things that affect your brain.
You can get it in your 30s or 40s. No way.
Yeah.
Your
once
brain
you have it,
just
you're dead.
degenerates. Yeah, your brain just goes.
Yes, it's a degenerative brain disease.
You know, anytime someone brings up degeneration, I keep thinking of Genesis from Crisis Core.
Oh,
just because
I
that
know
was
what
like
it
his
is.
main. Yeah, it's dumb.
I
He's a
see,
super
I
soldier,
see.
but his main thing is that he degrades just like Angel.
Oh,
But Sephiroth
interesting.
doesn't. Sephiroth is like the perfect being, perfect super soldier.
Oh, Crisis Core. Okay, but then basically Huntington's disease. There's a pros and cons with that one too. So basically,
The con's pretty
I
bad.
guess, yeah, the con is super bad.
It's
Basically,
so bad. You just die. The con is you die.
But okay, and then the pros isn't even like a pros from like
It's a minor
basically
benefit.
once you have it, you like it changes your behavior. You start acting more weirder. Like you could be a normal person, right? Like just a normal person that's has a wife and kids and just like a stable job, and you'd be like smart and just doing normal stuff. And then suddenly you just like one day you get mad at someone and then you like punch them. And then like the next day you start like gambling, and then you do like and then start like cheating on your wife or whatever. And then you do all this like weird this behavior, right? Reckless behavior.
Yeah, you just start doing some Walter White stuff.
Yeah. And then basically that's what Huntington's disease does. It like disinhibits behavior that makes you become more like it disinhibits it's a disinhibited behavior.
Okay,
And
it like inhibits rational thinking.
It makes you it makes you more like makes you more
likely
like
to
do stuff
that
like
you wouldn't do.
aggressive.
I'm not
like
sure that's like a
sexually
pro, but I could see
promiscuous.
it's just like a thing that happens when you have Huntington's
It's like
disease,
I don't give a fuck. I'm like an asshole. I don't care. Like I'll just do stuff.
That's
and
crazy.
Then,
It, like,
I'll just have sex with
It
people.
like changes you, and then you start dying. That's insane.
It first changes you, and then that's the positive benefit. People with this disease like have a higher chance of reproducing because they'll be actually looking for the action, and they don't care about like the consequences.
Oh shit, that's so scary.
And then later on, they die. But then during the time while it's like still in
yeah, like
while
before
it's still
30.
developing, they'll still like they'll move around and they're completely fine. They're
Yeah.
basically just an asshole that like has sex a lot or wants to like have sex and just do stuff.
Yeah, that's a shitty power though. Shit, so fucking funny. You're a little bit
No,
more
I feel
outgoing. You just die.
I feel it though. It's like that's definitely a trait.
Dude, if
Like,
you're
there's a lot of people that don't have sex, or a lot
Yeah.
of people that don't want to reproduce, and it's just like what's
well, you know, like
What's up
a
with
lot
that?
of bodybuilders, like despite being, super healthy or a little healthy, I guess.
oh yeah.
They like die. They're way more likely to die earlier, and it happens so much.
Why is that?
Besides like the steroids and the use, it's just like I don't know. There's just like a higher likelihood of you dying. Might be just because
Oh.
you feel like you're like a Goliath because you have so much muscles that you're just like more reckless or something. But yeah, it's just tied to it.
Oh, it's a brain thing, so not from like a biological perspective, just psychological.
No, it's I think people tie it to like a psychological thing. Yeah.
I see. There's this one disease that I thought was interesting, and I didn't really look it up, but then it's called
on.
Jerusalem disease
Holy shit!
or
I'm down.
Jerusalem syndrome. Look it up. Jerusalem. How do you spell?
Do you go on a holy
Jerusalem?
crusade all of a sudden? Do you start want to sing Deus Food all of a sudden?
Basically,
Jerusalem.
you're not too far off. Jerusalem syndrome. Jerusalem. And this is also a thing that he talked about.
Oh,
Robert,
literally the Crusades. What the hell?
whatever. And then basically this is a syndrome that occurs in tourists or people that visit Jerusalem.
Bro, psychosis.
And then
Oh
I
my
guess
God.
this is people that are like kind of religious, right?
It's like mass hysteria.
Yeah, it is mass hysteria. So basically, once you visit
Yeah,
Jerusalem,
that's crazy.
like go to a hotel or something, they get like a very shell shocked by or culture shocked kind of thing by the state of things in Jerusalem, because in their head they believe that Jerusalem is supposed to be this holy land or something that's so crazy, and but in reality it's just like this normal looking place.
Yeah, it's like a real city where people live in.
And then in the hotel they like, so basically the symptoms is like very specific. It's like in the hotel they like rip up their bed and then they like dress up in the toga and then start like preaching outside down on the street. And this happens to like normal people.
It's crazy that they have a name for it because it must have happened so many times.
Yeah, it happens so many times that they actually like have a thing for it, like their own like.
Yeah, dude, this mass hysteria thing is so weird to me. Like, you just get a whole group of people into a frenzy, just out of nowhere.
Yeah, and basically what you want to learn from this is that they become perfectly normal after they like are cured or after they come back home, after they leave Jerusalem. They're just like, okay, back to my life.
On the airplane back, yeah, they're all good now. Like, you good, bro? Yeah. I'm done being crazy.
Yeah, it's like, but yeah, something like Jerusalem syndrome or stuff like that, right? It's or all these random diseases or these things in your brain. Like everything in your brain is so like delicate that you could basically get almost anything. Like there's probably a disease for anything. There's like a disease for like, you know, liking polka music. Like you get some kind of brain damage and then you start super liking polka music. Oh, I don't know if it's brain damage, but your brain changes. Yeah, and there's like a disease for that too. Polka.
Can you imagine you're just like a normal dude who's really into polka and all of a sudden you see a whole bunch of people that are like brain damaged, like jamming with you?
Oh my.
Like,
No,
yeah.
it's like normal bikers or something that don't really care about anything, and then a biker gets like,
That is so funny. You're super into polka all of a sudden.
Yeah, they get super into polka and they're just like, they'll fight you if you don't like the same polka music or something. I don't know.
Holy moly.
Yeah. But I don't know. Let's go into like
No, yeah, that was good.
Tibetan monks or something.
Yeah, we talked about a whole hour about your psychology thing.
Yeah, oh shoot. I messed up I probably messed up a little bit of like what he's talking about, but for those that are viewing, check out his lecture. Check out Robert Sapolsky. Stanford professor.
I learned a lot.
And I recommend watching like specific videos in his curriculum, like not just the first video.
And I recommend you watch those videos on YouTube where people are like acting like they're crazy while they're getting arrested. Yeah, real good.
Oh yeah. All right, we're good with that.
I wish I knew what it was called. That was so useless.
You were just called.
You want to talk about monks?
So crazy people, huh?
Monks?
Oh yeah. Monks.
We talk about crazy people too. We can talk about the toy box killer.
Sure, yeah. Let's talk about crazy people since it kind of relates to like.
Sure.
Yeah, could maybe like dissect what's going on in their head using our newfound knowledge. Even though we don't know anything.
Do you know about the toy box killer at all?
No, I don't. What's the toy box killer?
Everyone has a story about how this guy is like super close to one of the loved ones. It's just that this guy was so evil, bro. So he had like a storage container, like a storage container, right? But it had like. Okay, let's just talk about what he did. So he would kidnap people and put them in his container, and he would cage them and treat them like animals. But before he did anything, he had this like little tape that he would play for people, explaining their situation, like, oh, don't run or I'm like kill you, or like, oh, you're gonna be here for a
You
couple
mean
of
it's like
days.
Jigsaw?
And yeah, he like says like, oh, my dog's gonna like do it up your butt most of the time, and then uh I might not even be there when my dog is with you. I'll just leave him there for like hours. It's so nuts. And you can listen to the tape on like YouTube, bro. It's just out there for people to listen to.
Hmm.
And there are some pictures online where you can see like the insides of the container. There's like pliers, there's like tools everywhere, and there's like that, you know, when you go to the gynecologist and they have those like leg spreaders, it has like that.
Yeah.
But like,
Yeah.
you know, like it's like a whole bondage thing. And what's crazy is his like wife like helped him like kidnap these girls. And
Are they girls?
yeah, they were like all girls.
And you like laughed, Max. You laughed.
It's so messed up.
You're doing
bro.
the nervous,
It's super
nervous
messed
laughters.
up.
These are nervous laughters, guys. So he's not laughing because he like likes it or something.
No, I know it's hella messed up. But
So yeah, I did nervous laughter.
yeah, so the closest town he was in had like it's called Truth or Consequences. It has like a population of like 100 people. So like,
Ooh, I think I heard about this place.
oh yeah, my ex came from there. Really crazy. But
Oh well.
oh,
Consequences.
he would like drug them though, was like a big thing. He had this like concoction where he would drug people and then release them, but that concoction made these victims believe that it was like a really bad dream or like they would like sort of like lose their memory.
What the?
Yeah,
he
it was-
created.
Dude, bro, it's
crazy
crazy.
drug like that?
Yeah,
Oh
like a
my.
crazy drug that he like made, bro. I mean, you know, you get blackout drunk and forget things, right? It's like sort of akin to that. But anyway, there was actually a case of like FBI questioning this lady, and then she like in her head she thought it was fake, but like as he started questioning her about like this thing, she started to realize that it actually did happen, and that she actually was like raped and tortured for like a bunch of days and released without while being drugged.
Hmm.
And
So she had like the fridge thoughts.
she I can't believe like that drug was that powerful where she could be like tortured like crazy and then just have PTSD and then like think it wasn't real.
Basically, the Men in Black.
She
Just to forget.
she was better off thinking it wasn't real. I think. But
Yeah.
he got caught one day because I think it was like unlocked or something, the container, and one of the victims like walked in the house and bonked the wife with like something. She like bonked the wife hella hard or something. That's what I remember. She bonked the wife, and then
Oh wow.
she left like fully naked onto the road and then like asked for help. She got hit at.
That's crazy.
It's so crazy.
Toy
But-
box killer. I'll have to look that up.
You're gonna have to look up that guy. Not to be confused.
No, but I probably heard this story before. Yeah, I like learned it.
Yeah, because everybody has their like true crime range, but the names are like hard to remember. His name was David Parker Ray, but most people go by Toy Box Killer because it's so much cooler. Not to be confused.
Oh
with
yeah,
Yeah.
that is a thing too.
the Toolbox Killer is something else, but that's probably even more crazy, just because of videotapes that people listen to. They like recorded them killing people, and those recordings are used to train FBI agents to desensitize them. And I've listened to those tapes, and they're just as bad as you think they are.
Oh, you actually listen to the raw tape,
Yeah, you can go on websites where you can like look
the
up
raw audio.
yeah, court documents and the actual pictures, the real stuff. You know what I'm saying? But those audio tapes are there's just some nightmare fuel.
Huh. I'm guessing you can't find it on YouTube, or you could probably find it on YouTube.
I think you can find it on YouTube since it's just audio. But just to go
Oh.
over a little bit, it's like two people and they kidnap a girl, and they like get off of like streams, so they like torture the shit out of her in the van, and that's what you hear, the torture. It's crazy, yeah.
Why did they call her a killer if he didn't kill anything?
The Toolbox Killer? Or the
Yeah.
Toy Box Killer?
The toy. Yeah,
Oh,
both killers.
They both killed people, but
Oh.
The toy box killer released some of them because he had that super OP drug that, like, you know.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it sounds to me like he just released them with the drug and then didn't even need to kill him.
It's kind of insane, right? Like, he must have done it to more than a couple people, and they like all lost their memories or something.
Probably.
Have you looked up the Google images on the toy box killer?
No, I haven't.
Bro,
Why? Is it already crazy?
Just look at the tools that are all there.
David Ray. Oh, I see him.
Bro, there's pliers.
This is the face of a criminal.
There's
so
mirrors.
Anyone that looks like this is a criminal. Just kidding.
Yeah, he looks normal, but there's a mirror on top for you to see everything that he's doing to you too.
I see it. Yeah, he has Tampax.
Oh, he does. But yeah, there's like a dildo to the right. It's not funny, but
it looks like it looks like something you would see nowadays.
It definitely smells
modern.
Smells super bad in there, guaranteed.
I see Vaseline
on
the left, I think.
Bro, that's so insane. But yeah, I'm done talking about this guy. It makes me sick. I just like looking at this guy. He had like a 200-year-long sentence.
He definitely has like I feel like he has a medical background based on tools he's using.
Oh, it's so weird. I mean, it's got the tools. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I heard comedy. People like comedy when it comes to podcasts. So we could just like, what? You could just pivot right now into comedy.
Pivot.
No, just kidding.
I used to listen to a lot of true crime podcasts. The House on the Left.
That's one thing that doesn't really mesh well, is it? Is it like horror, true crime, and comedy? Has anyone tried that? Like,
all the podcasts are funny as a baseline. It's like, yeah, it definitely helps if you're funny and you're talking about killers. There are those super serious podcasts though where they're like, it's like super professional. The production is like on point. It's just one guy talking like this. The Mongolians.
Yeah, I'm just like, I'm not gonna laugh because that would be messed up.
Okay, you want to talk about Shaolin Monks for a sec, for like 10 minutes, and then
sure. I don't know anything about monks, so this will be your territory a little bit.
Okay.
I know a little bit.
You just watch a super
Shaolin
short
monks or
documentary.
Tibetan
Not
monks?
much to learn. I mean, there is much to learn. I'm gonna talk about Shaolin Monks today.
Okay.
You know, you asked me that, and I was like, what is the difference?
I don't know. Yeah, and then I thought it was like kind of hard. I'm like, what is it? Tibetan monks are the ones that you see in like
Tibetan monks
walking around in college, right?
They don't do the martial artist stuff, right?
Tibetan monks are the ones you see that go to college and stuff.
They're like
wearing the red robes.
Tibetan monks are like Dalai Lama. Like they're with that crowd.
Oh,
the Shaolin
they're trying
monks,
to find the truth.
They're trying to do some real like floating levitation stuff. While the Shaolin monks are like more performers and like enlightenment sort of thing. All right, but I'm gonna talk about Shaolin monks. You put me on the spot. I was like, what the fuck are? Okay. So Shaolin monks, right? You've seen the temple. You can go to the temple. It doesn't cost much. All straight up in China. They make a lot of their money from their demonstrations, and they're more of a business now more than anything. So
wow. Yeah, they are known to have superpowers.
They're not okay. They have crazy abilities. Yeah, like they train like specific body parts like crazy. All right. So you can either just be like a spiritual monk here, you know, you like learn your like you like learn the scriptures, right, and you study them, and you have like your own mentor, or you can be like, you know, the Shaolin monk that does like the kicks and punches, the demonstrations and stuff. But like you like need like a specialty. alongside that.
Shaolin Showdown.
Yeah, so like when you try to be like a fully fledged monk, like you'll have like like a focus. It's like Hero Academia, but like you're a monk. So some of these guys have like that ability where you get hit in the balls, but it doesn't hurt you.
Mm.
You can like
What?
measure in that, or you can measure.
Would you want to be a Shaolin monk, Max? What kind of superpower would you want?
You know,
From a
maybe
Shaolin monk's like superpower.
because when you're there, you like throw away like your like whole like past life. You know, you're like dedicated onto like solely like simpler things
See.
rather than like making.
But hypothetically, if you could choose a Shaolin monk power, which one would you want?
Oh, there's this really cool one that you do with the bar. I'm sure you've seen it. It's where they like hang on the bar and the bar is standing up and they're only holding onto the bar with their feet. Monkeys. Oh, it's called Monkey Up a Tree.
Monkey up tree.
Yeah, look at this trick and see. Look how hard this looks. You're literally standing on a pole with your feet, bro.
I don't know. I just see a monkey up a tree.
Oh, you gotta look up Shaolin Monk, Monkey Up a Tree.
Okay.
But yeah, you need to like.
Oh, I see it. I see
Yeah,
it. Hey,
that looks crazy hard, right?
That looks like a breakdance move. What the?
Yeah, so I would learn that because the other ones are
Monkey up
like,
tree.
dude, the other ones are like painful. Have you seen them? They're like, there's one where like you have
I
to,
do see it.
where you train your head like crazy and you have like head powers, so your head is like hella strong. But actually, it's
That's
just
so funny.
you get a
These
major.
names actually are crazy.
The names are
Like
crazy,
Kneel
yeah.
through glass and monkey up a tree. Like
It's real kung fu names,
these are kung fu names.
but like Shaolin monks. So like, yeah, these like moves are fucking ancient. The temple is ancient, bro. Where they practice these abilities, or their feet have like caved in the bricks from like so much stomping and training and generations of monks.
I feel like yeah. Definitely I know about the head stuff. Like they train their head.
If you've seen Shaolin soccer, then you've already seen like half these moves, you know.
Oh, half the
Because you see,
superpowers.
yeah,
Shaolin soccer.
the focuses that they have.
I saw the one where they could fly in the air. Where's that one? Where
The
do I do
crane?
that?
Um,
The crane?
okay, that in the movie that's what the guy was called, the crane.
Oh,
But yeah, there's like Iron Body too, right? Where you like can like withstand blows to your body or something. Which sounds way better than Iron Head already, but
basically the monk class from Diablo.
bro. And yeah, speaking of monks from Diablo, you ever notice how like monks are the same in every medium?
Oh, in every medium.
Like no matter what era you put a monk in, you're gonna have the same guy who's like super like religious, right? And is on a path. He's got the holy element affixed to his fists.
That's because all the monks are the same. Isn't that part of their like religion or something? Like no one's super special or anything.
Yeah,
It's
there's
like
no
they're all the same color.
there's no like dark monk for sure. You're not gonna get a dark.
They all
monk.
wear orange.
You gotta rip the
It's
orange.
not like
You
there's
gotta
like a
rip the
special
orange.
monk that wears a different color shirt.
The orange is the you gotta go with the monk meta and hit the orange, the bright orange. Sure.
You gotta hit the orange. What?
Yeah, wear the orange. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, you gotta wear the orange. I see.
It looks so good for them though, because they're like bald and they're like, you know, they're kind of tan.
Why are they?
too.
Why do they need to be bald? Is it to reach enlightenment? Their hair
I
gets
think-
in the way.
I'm pretty sure it's just to be basic as fuck, dude. Like let go of like your outward stuff. Just be like a bald dude. Be super spiritual.
Oh, just I see. So basically,
It's probably just to look clean.
I mean,
I'm
I
not
feel
sure.
that way. Like when I shaved my head, I was like, damn,
You instantly
I
get
let
like
go of
more
my
spiritual.
looks.
Yeah.
I'm like ascended past
Yeah.
the human. I feel it. Like
But yeah.
you shaved your head, Max, right?
Oh yeah, it felt
Recently?
so weird. Cause like my head is
I feel
normally
like a monk.
like I feel like my head needs a certain amount of hair to keep up with the amount of grease I output. Cause like I had so much grease in my head when my head was shaved. It felt so weird.
Is that a thing? Wait, are you talking about grease? Like fighting against your
It's not
like hair.
It's like natural, like, you know, like oil that your hair has,
Hair
right?
oils. Yeah.
But when you're bald, you don't really think about having hair oil, right? It's just like there's nothing there. But you still have oil. It still comes out. So it was really weird to be like shaved for sure.
Oh, that's. I guess you have a lot of oil because I didn't really think about that.
Yeah, I guess I do. But like, it doesn't feel like I have a lot of oil when I have my hair though. It's weird.
Yeah, that is. I mean, you have pretty thick hair, Max. You have like lots of hair.
Yeah, a lot of hair for sure.
So, lots of follicles.
The oil gets around all that for sure.
Damn.
I think I'm done by talking Shaolin Monks. The hype kind of wore off.
The hype wore off on the Shaolin Monks. No, it's still interesting. I bet they like train their penises or something.
Well, yeah, the ball training's there, and the hand training. You do like.
Oh yeah, their ball training. Yeah.
Yeah.
Why do they do that? Like,
your main goal is to be on the demonstration group. Like you want to be on the group that.
So basically, it's like a circus.
It's basically
act,
a circus,
right?
yeah.
Like they just want to.
They show off.
They just want to like show off.
Bro, they show a guy who's like getting hit in the balls by like 10 bricks and a hammer, and you're not gonna be like, holy shit! That looks so cool.
Yeah, because I'm like looking at half these moves, and they all look like they're just showing off. They're like, hey, look what I can do.
Yeah, I would say a lot of it is functional, but they definitely are athletic as fuck, and it's an art form for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I learned the Shaolin Monk move. It's where you could like sit down and then go into a handstand.
Oh, yeah, that does sound
the
Shaolin Monkey.
Sitting down position. Yeah.
Sounds hard as fuck, honestly.
Basically, it is hard as fuck. Because it's like you have to. How do you go into a handstand from sitting position?
I can't even do a regular handstand, so you got me.
Yeah, it's basically like one of those Kingdom Hearts moves where you just like use one hand to like fling yourself in the air.
Yeah, you just press the interact button and then you do like 100 hit combo onto Mickey. No, that never happened. Would never happen.
Yeah, Shaolin Monks are cool. I would like.
Yeah, bro, you ever watch that show Shaolin Showdown?
Yeah, I even said Shaolin Showdown earlier.
I missed that, dude. That show was so good.
Fist of. I forgot what it's called.
Punch, Fist of Wu or something.
Yeah.
10 ton tunic. Remember that one?
10 ton tunic. I remember that one.
That was a good one. And like you can like combine them into like a mega golem. I remember they used to combine.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because the fist and the hat and like the.
That makes sense. I guess you watched that far.
When I was looking at monks, I like randomly watched Shaolin Showdown for a bit. Yeah. The show was so weird. Remember the bean?
It's like
the fucking bean was like so powerful for no reason. The tiny ass bean.
I liked Shaolin Showdown, but I liked Jackie Chan Adventures more.
Oh yeah, basically the same show. Yeah, the talent.
It's basically the same.
Yeah, collect ancient artifacts. You know they got those like. You know they actually do have these like ancient artifacts in real life though.
Yeah. I believe that
you ever heard of this?
I don't believe that they actually give you powers though.
They don't give you powers, but they're like on the same level as I hope. There's like a sword that never rusts.
A sword that never rests?
Rusts. It's called
Rust. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's like called Mercury or something.
It's made with
or like gold. It's probably made out of gold. Gold doesn't rust.
No, it's bronze doesn't. So it's made from bronze, but the scabbard was airtight. The sword was super well built. And it's like, dude, it's like how old is this?
I wonder if I could think of a cool weapon.
Yeah, it's like almost 3,000 years old, but it looks perfect.
But it never rusts. I see.
Yeah, it kind of looks like Ludwig's holy sword. It's like big as fuck.
Oh, really? What's it called?
Sword of Gojian. It's like a cool looking sword too. It's not just like a sword. It's like a filthy looking, legendary looking sword made for a king.
Oh yeah, it does look like a sword from Dark Souls. What is that pattern? It looks like
it's insane, right? It actually looks hella filthy.
No, the pattern looks like a fashion item. What is that? What's that brand? I don't know my fashion brands, but this is definitely a fashion brand that's like
Oh, like Gucci
that
or like
girls use on their
Louis
purses.
Louis Vuitton.
Is it Louis Vuitton? Looks like Louis Vuitton.
It kind of
Sort
does.
Louis
It kind of
Vuitton.
does actually. Yeah, the drip.
That's like the first thing that I thought of. I'm like, a person with Louis Vuitton.
Yeah, you know that
You
Monster
gotta
Hunter,
get this sword.
that Kirin Thunder sword is like a real sword too, with the 7 branches.
Yeah, of course. That's like
Yeah, I
based
didn't know
off
that.
of,
I didn't know Japan had like
Japanese
these like
folklore.
3 like legendary like weapons that are like Okami weapons.
Yep. Yep. Japan has apparently 3 legendary treasures that no one's seen before, but it resides inside this certain place.
Yeah.
Like in the treasury. And then no one's seen it.
It's
But
like
then
a,
they're like legendary treasures that
What is it?
apparently exist.
it's like a mirror,
There's
a sword,
there's a
and like,
mirror, a sword, and a magatama, which is like
the fuck,
a talisman, basically.
dude. If anything were to give you powers, it'd be those
It's like
things.
sort of. Oh, if anything, yeah.
If anything in the,
The
world
sword
gave you
of
powers, it'd be these.
but it's not even like, it's not like those powers are that crazy though. It's like the sword that can cut,
Oh.
sword cutting grass. It's basically translates sword cutting grass. The what is the sword called?
Kusanagi.
Kusanagi.
Yeah,
Kusanagi.
let's go.
It translates to sword cutting grass, which
Yeah.
means like, well, you know what it means, but then I guess it would translate to it's just a sword that can cut anything, maybe.
That's tight though.
Like it's grass.
You know, you can find
Uh,
like super ancient like katanas from like these legendary swordsmiths. They're
Oh, you're talking about like
Muramasa, like,
Muramasa and
Masamune,
Mune.
and like
Yeah,
because they had
there's
they
an
like
anime.
yeah they like they all like put their signature on the tang.
Mm-hmm.
And I used to just watch like Pawn Stars just for the people who would bring in the swords. 'Cause
Ooh.
they would
Pawn Stars is so good.
yeah, they never got to like ludicrous prices, but like the swords were like so beautiful. You'd come in and like the whole sword is like held together with one piece of bamboo. It's
So funny because it's
crazy,
like
dude.
it's kind of messed up because all these like the people that bring in those swords are like white people, and it's just like, how the hell did you get a hold of this sword?
Dude, seriously, yeah, it's like some
It's
random
like they took
guy.
it from the. It's like their grandpa took it from the war. They just like stole it,
yeah, they're
and then and then now their whole of it is just
there's
like
a
hey,
fair
that's not
share
your
of Nazi
sword, what the
memorabilia for sure that shows up on that show.
There's a bunch of Japanese people that are just like, hey, that's my grandparents.
Yeah,
memo.
straight up heirlooms from like way back. Yeah,
It is. It is a interesting subject though. That thing. It's like Japanese people, how they feel about their
yeah,
stuff being
and how
stolen.
people still have a hard on for these swords because of how aesthetic and beautiful these pieces of work are.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to have a
Moondale.
sword right now, even if because like it's not like they had samurai swords to like use. They had it for like aesthetic reasons too. Like their samurai were
Oh.
the noble samurai did never use their sword. They just had their swords just because.
Did you know that the reason why the ugly samurai haircut
Oh, why?
where they're like half bald and
Yeah,
stuff?
what is up with that hair, man?
The reason why they use that haircut is because basically for the helmet of the samurai.
Oh,
It
really?
like rests on top. And then the heat was so like hot during like wars that they had to like it was like bad. So they had to actually shave their head. So it was like it's a cooling mechanism. And basically
Purely
the reason why it was
functional.
popular was because it was very utility based hairstyle.
Oh, okay. I'll give them a little bit of slack.
And it just became
Yeah.
fashion because it became a symbol of like nobility because only samurais use that hairstyle.
They really would like take everything off the like top of your head for like no reason. Like the one part
It's
of
like
your
it's
head
so hot.
that needs
Yeah,
hair.
like, yep. And then basically, if you look at the way the hair rests on top, there's like this little hair on the back of it
Yeah, it looks like a
that
piece
like kind
a
of points
piece
forward.
of poo.
That's where you put your hair helmet over and to like rest.
It's so funny, dude.
Yeah, that was just like a little 5 cents about
Yeah.
samurais.
I mean, you look clean though. I guess you're definitely like clean as hell if you're getting one of these like every week,
Hmm.
getting a shape up.
But we're talking about the swords, right?
Yeah, we were talking about
Like,
swords.
swords are cool.
But yeah, I guess that's the podcast. I don't.
Yeah,
anything?
yeah. No, that was a.
You anything
We
else?
talked about a lot of stuff, especially well.
Oh yeah.
Thanks for watching, guys. Like and subscribe if you like this content. Leave in the comments like if you guys want to see something specific like to talk about, like if this like college stuff really vibed with you, then just let us know about that or whatever.
Subscribe to
See,
DingaBinga.
oh yeah, subscribe to DingaBinga. It's like the other channel.
All right. Take care. Bye bye.
Bye bye.